I bought a $10 Kydex holster on Amazon, and I'm going to show you how to make it comfortable and invisible with just $4 worth of material. If we all learned to shoot the way we learned how to concealed carry, we would hear advice like just keep buying guns until you stumble into one that hits the bullseye. But that's not how it works. We have a set of fundamentals that we apply to shooting, right? We've got grip, sight alignment, sight picture, and trigger press. If you are struggling to execute those fundamentals, you examine the gun and how it works with you to accomplish those, right? A lot of new shooters wind up with a gun that's too big for their hand and they can't get a good grip and they can't access the trigger readily. So then they know that in order to execute the fundamentals, their next pistol needs to have XYZ features, right? We don't do that with holsters. We tell people, oh, well, you know, just keep trying stuff until you luck into something that works for you. And then we say what works for us, and there's no real criteria or standard or anything. But what if we had a set of fundamentals that we could apply such that when you get a really cheap holster, just to kind of get started and figure this out, you can apply these fundamentals to yourself and to the holster so you can make an informed decision about what your next purchase is. And we're going to do that right now for basically no money. First things first, I'm going to take this and I'm going to place this gun in my concealment sweet spot. You can learn about that on our channel and on our website. My concealment sweet spot is on this flat part of my abdomen here, not in the rounded front area, right? It's round in the front, flat on the sides. For me personally, yours will vary and our videos will teach you how to identify it. And we can see some pretty decent printing. The next thing we're gonna do is the poke and check. I'm gonna poke on that, feel it lift off my body somewhere else, and I say, what can I do to make it stay there? Get a $3 yoga block with plenty of material to make what's called a wedge. You can watch videos about wedges on our YouTube channel and read more about them on our website. So I'm gonna cut it, and I'm going to taper it a little bit so it is, in fact, a wedge. We're going to take a look at this here. It doesn't necessarily need to be that wide or that long. So I'm going to trim a piece of it off there. I'm going to trim another piece of that off here. It might need to work in more than one direction, so I'm going to kind of trim another section out of it here like that. And you can see that if we put this on the body side of the holster, when I put this on my body and when I tighten down my belt, this is going to cause the parts of the gun that we're printing to move around in the way that I want them to. I'm gonna pop the clips off of this holster, set that aside. I'm gonna put the gun back in so when I wrap it up, it doesn't crush. I'm gonna take this 89-cent roll of medical wrap and watch what happens when we put this back on. You remember how it printed before, how much of it showed through the shirt? And we're done. The foam padding makes it more comfortable all day. It's more ergonomic. The gun doesn't tip out and the muzzle doesn't poke into me. We used concealment mechanics and the basics of concealment mechanics, sweet spot, poke and check, peaks and valleys, wings and wedges, with $3 of material and a $10 holster. That's it. That's what we have to offer. I'm not going to sell you anything in this video. We're not going to tell you all about our products. We really want everybody to learn all this stuff because it's a set of fundamentals. The same way that you learn the 4 rules of firearm safety and the fundamentals of pistol shooting, this should be stuff that people learn on day one with concealed carry so they don't get frustrated and they don't quit and they don't spend a ton of money trying out all these different kinds of holsters without any kind of informed direction about where to go with it. We want everybody who concealed carries to know this stuff.